and welcome back, or welcome to the channel. My name is Hen and this is Crafting from the Broom Closet. And today we're still on the collaboration, the hashtag ABC April 2025. And the letter is Q for quilting. So this is what I've done. This is a sample of what I've done. It's sort of quilting with paper. And what I could do is stitch along there or draw fake stitching along there. And that's something I may do. Haven't decided yet. But what I've started with is the cover of the freebie catalogue, remember? And I've backed it with some lined paper. So these can be like little writing cards in the journal. And I've just taken some bits out of the magazine and cut them into triangles and squares and strips, and I've made this. I'm not sure if this is complete yet. I might do a little bit more to it, but this is just an example of what we're going to do today, and just to show you the sort of areas that we can take things from. So with this, it doesn't have to be a flat colour. It can be a different colour because it's meant to look like fabric. So even patterns are available. So for example, I could use this area here. I can certainly use all of this area around here. Any of this I could use. Obviously not the bottle. But any of the, I'm not advertising these things. So you've got, the sky. Could use the sky. All this textury stuff would look great on the thing. So there's loads in here, and I don't need big areas. The areas here is more than enough for what I want to do. There's a nice sandy colour there. There's quite a lot on there that I can use on that one. I can even use the eggs. So, and there's plenty of stuff in here that I can cut up. So I'm going to go off and cut out some bits and bobs and have a play around and see what we can make. Be back soon. So I've cut up some bits, just a few bits, just a few bits, just a big pile of bits. So I've got lots of strips, a few squares. But yeah, so I'm going to play around. I'm probably only going to do a couple now. The reason being, it's actually really late. So it was not the plan to be really, really late. I started this morning. And then after I recorded the beginning part of this video, where I showed you this, and showed you that this was the front of the magazine and the thing, and I flicked through the magazine, I then went on to a voice chat with a few friends, just a few friends, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, or hang on, how many was there? 3 Americans, someone in Ireland, someone in Scotland, and me and another person in England. So that's what, 7 of us altogether. And it went on a little bit long. So yes, so the plan was to try and cover all of these today, but I think I'm just going to do a couple. So obviously these are not all cut down to a size that's usable yet. I've got my trusty scissors, not the kitchen scissors, the wallpaper scissors, the really big ones, the beast scissors today. And we're just going to have a play around and see what works. So obviously that's what we're covering up. I could just put that on there and do that, but I'm not going to. So we want it to look like a some sort of what are we doing? Oh yes, quilt. We're doing quilts, sort of, out of paper. Well, that actually looks quite good. So I could just do something around the corner at the edges now, couldn't I? And that would be quite cool and really easy. It'd be better if that went to from corner to corner though. So maybe not. Maybe not. But hey hey. But that, however, see, this is a possibility. Still the same colour combination. Let's have a look what else we've got. Right, I've got quite a bit of sort of shades of brown. No, I don't like that. There's some more. Oh no, that's different. So I could cut that in half and then cut triangles and have them on the corners. That's a very good possibility. Very good possibility. What else have I got? It's quite nice. I think we need more beigey sort of colours. What about the sandy colour? That's quite nice. In fact, I think I like that better than this. I'm not sure if I like that. So we're looking. I think this one's going to be very neutral. Somewhere in here, I've got. There we go. This. So that was someone's clothing, and I quite like that, and that would work really well with these colours. So maybe that I'll bring that into it. I think I like that idea. I should have some more of that somewhere. I just piled it all in here, and yeah. I don't know. And of course, some of them are flipped over, and they're not the side I cut. That's more of the sand. I've got these. That's the Easter egg. Remember the Easter eggs? Easter egg. It's very pretty. I think it looks lovely. So where's that other bit of that? It's more of the sand. I've got quite a bit of the sand colour, look. But I can't find the rest of that man's coat or jacket or whatever it was. Maybe. That was an egg. That one was. Can't tell that was an egg, but that was an egg. Although that's probably not a shape I would use. I'd have to play about to make that more of a uniform shape. Where are you? I want that bit. Let's pile things. Let's pile things so I can see what I've got. Because I have no idea what I've got here at the moment. Purpley tones. These are. I'm going to put all the sort of browny tones together. I'll put the black, whites and greys over here. What's that? Tiny bit of blue. That's your whites and the greys. Well, they're pinky toned. So, but there, I'll put the pinky. Oh no, they're beigey toned. Is that the one I had underneath before? I think it might be. We'll put them over there anyway. Pinky, beigey sort of tones. These are bluey. If I put the bluey and greeny tones together, and then I might actually know what I've got. At the moment, I don't know. I just sat there and cut up bits of paper. Don't want that one. I've got lots of this purplies and greys tones here. Look, lots of them. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorting it all out and you can't see. There you go. So grey tones, brown tones, brown tones. And then we've got the greeny tones down here, green and blues. That would need cutting up, but that's the beigey tones. There's some more of the Easter egg. I would say it's bluey toned, green toned, greys and purples, browns. I'm just trying to sort it out so I can actually see what I've got. Because at the moment, I'm not sure. Not sure what I got. Is that brown or green? I'm going to go with green. Got lots of this purpley greys. That's bluey green. We've got some bright purple there. Some of this probably should have gone in the bin. So I've got some vibrant colours. I'm going to put the pinky tones in with the blue and the purple and greys. I haven't found the rest of that jacket yet. And what's on the other side of that? Okay. Some of that bright purple. Not maybe I imagined cutting more than one piece out of that pattern, but I'm sure I had it. And I can't see it. Got lots of brown. Lots of brown. Oh, there's a couple of bits I missed out in here. Maybe it's one of these. Nope. Bizarre, bizarre. Well, that's my idea of cutting that up into, or having it strips there. That's down that down the drain, isn't it? But let's have a look what I've got. So stick with the brownie tones. So I quite like this sandy colour. I really like these. My back is bothering me, so if I make groany noises, that will be why. Let's have a think. Let's have a think. If I go straight across like that. Yeah. Too big. So I'm supposed to be making this look like a patchwork quilt. And I'm failing so far. Have I got 2, lumps of brown. No, this isn't working at all. Okay. Start over again. I think I want that in the centre. Because it's just an unusual pattern. So, if I go, that's definitely green. Yeah, some of these are green. I don't know what that is. Something that wasn't meant to be included, I think. Let's think. That went like that. It's all about experimenting, see what looks right. Like that. Have I got some more? Have I got another stripe of that one? No, damn it. Don't think I like that though. Come on. Well, hang on. Rather than go for, let's do a random patchwork. I'm trying to do something not very random, and that's where I'm struggling. If I do a random patchwork, okay. Put you up the top, like that one under, that one over, like that. Okay. And then we'll get one of these, like so. And then I think I need you to go all the way to the end there. Once I've figured it out, and then maybe that in the middle. Not sure about that. Yeah, let's go with that. So let's start by putting the outer stripes down first. Where's my glue? There it is. I put it where I could reach it and then I messed it up. So you can trim it up around the edges once we've got things in place. What I'm going to do is try and save as much of this as possible when I'm trimming. There's a number there, so obviously I need to cut that away, so that's why I'm pulling it off the edge a little bit, that end. But it does still give me a fair amount to save from this end. Put that one down. And we'll put this one down. That one can go close to the edge. Because I can't see where the edge is. There it is. Because there's no number on that one. I still need to trim some off, but not as much wastage on that one. Okay, and then we had this in the middle, didn't we? Did I need it? I think I needed it to tuck under. Or did I have it? Could I have it like that? I could have it like that, couldn't I? Yes, I could. Yes, I could. Ha-ha. Making it up as I go along. It's all the fun of the game. Although, actually, if I do that, would that then... Yeah, no, I'm going to put it back. I'm going to put it this way. Otherwise, I might not have enough of this one. Oh, I forgot. One's got to go over the top and one under. I'll lift that up a second. So that would... Come on. Didn't put this through, did I? So that would go... Oh, under a bit more. No, it can't go under a bit more. It's got to go there. Okay, cool. Right, where's my glue? Look. There goes my glue. It went a-rolling. I didn't think this through when I was laying them down, did I? That goes under there. And I decided if that one's under, this one's over. So that goes over there and under there. Ooh. Oh, oh. Uh-oh. Glued it to the table. Ha-ha. Silly woman. Let me put you on pause while I go and find that glue. Okay, I'm back. Found the glue. Moved around a bit. Trying to keep comfortable. I'm failing. Not doing very well to keep comfortable. But hey ho, here we go. So, I was up to there, wasn't I? Now, wasn't I going to put this in here? I think I was. Why does it look rough around the edges? It didn't look rough around the edges before. Was I putting that there? Or was I just going to go? Yes, I was putting that there. And then that one like that. Don't like that. I'm changing my mind. Changing my mind. It needs something there. Let me just tidy up that edge. Where did I put my scissors? There they are. I tidy up that edge where it's gone all tatty at that end, and it should work. So anyway, I was talking to my friends earlier on, and one of them regularly makes comments on this new channel because I've known them all Well, some of them I've known for a year or so. Some of them I've known for 4 years or so, and we all met on the internet. But one of the people that keeps commenting on my videos, she is the reason I ever came across junk journaling videos on the internet. Because did you know this thing, right? If someone that you're friends with, who watches a lot of the same channels as you, starts watching completely different channels, you start getting recommended them. And I ended up getting recommended a lot of junk journal channels because that's what my friend watched, because she's a junk journaler. So I asked her today, what did you think of me pop-up and me origami? She went, nope. I'm like, what do you mean no? She goes, nope. I'm like, but it's something different and there's no rules to junk journaling. She says, there is in my junk journals. There's no pop-ups in my junk journals. And I'm like, okay. And then she went and she goes and tells me that a few years back she had to put a pop-up in her junk journal because it was a commissioned junk journal and the person that commissioned it wanted a pop-up. She did a pop-up box, like a gift box in it. But yeah, so this is my point. Just because it isn't what's normally done doesn't mean you can't do it. Just because someone else wouldn't do it doesn't mean you're not allowed to. But I laughed about that. Smallish, small square. Let's try that. Let's try that. Remember I told you how you can find a perfect square? Fold it in a triangle, cut along that lines. I'm trying not to wrinkle the triangle. I've got glue all over my fingers. I don't want a permanent wrinkle in the triangle. So let's try that, see if that looks good. That's square like that. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Where's that fancy fabric one though? Or should I just put the fancy fabric? I think I'll just put the fancy fabric one. Save that for another thing. So I believe I've already got what's pretty much a square there. I'll say then I've got another piece of fancy fabric for another one as well, if I want to do another one. So there we go. And put the fancy fabric in the middle. And I think that'll be done once I trimmed it up. I think that looks quite cool. Let's put some glue on that fancy fabric one. But yeah, these are all come out of the Tesco magazine. If you look closely, you might recognise what some of them are. Like I said, that is an Easter egg. This is someone's clothing. Should I put it that way? No, I think I want it square. Oh. She says I want it square and then puts it skew-if. That'll do. Right, let's just trim that up. Put the glue stick away where it's not going to go rolling again. So turn it over. There's quite a bit of trimming to do because I did go over the edge on that one as well. That was not the plan. Gone. That needs some more glue before I trim it. So a lot of my ideas have obviously come from over the years of watching, well, probably about a year and a half of watching different paper crafting channels, because I haven't done paper crafting in many years. I used to do it, used to make cards when my children were little. My children are fully grown adults and have been for a while. But yeah, I used to make cards. I tried to sell them. didn't do very. I wasn't successful. But at the moment, this is just a. I like that. That looks pretty cool. I really like how that's come out. So that's one, and then you have the one I made earlier. I like this better than this. Now we'll do one more, and then I am gonna call it a night because it is late at night, and I still have to edit. These are all different sizes because I didn't measure properly, and I messed up. So let's go for this more square one. It's not fully square, but it is more square. And I think I'm going to go for the blues and greens. I've got some really vibrant blues. I've got some softer blues. I've got some really mossy greens. Like so. I mean, I could bring in... Oh, that might be an idea. Rather than go blues and greens, maybe we'll go like pastel tones. I've got some lovely pastel tones, see? We've got more pink. Oh, there's a little bit more pink somewhere. Yeah, there's some more pink. I could contrast with the bright one in the middle, or I might. Let's have a look. Let's have a play around. Let's have a play around. So I could do this one all in squares and triangles rather than strips. So if I start off with the corners and do a triangle in each corner, isn't that pretty? There's a nice soft colour. See if I look, see if you was to bring in this is where I'm seeing that's green into blue. So that green there goes really well with it. That blue would go really well with it. That would go really well with it. And then you could bring in some of the darker green. See? I don't know what to do. I've got so many to choose from. Even the... You could just do shades of purple. No. Right. I'm actually now thinking about doing the blues and the greens. I've just seeing these colours together. I'm liking this. I'm liking this combination. It's whether I've got enough variety for it to work, and I think I have. Not that one. Not that one. A lot of these are from the Easter egg. Possibly bring in some beiges. No. Let's get rid of your pinks. Pinks go back over there. All that goes back over there. That can stay here. Don't need any of that at the moment because this is basically what I'm working with. This is my colour palette. So I'm thinking possibly really dark green on the corners. So I do 4 corners. So that, if I fold that in half, that's not going to be a square. But does that matter? I need to trim off that rough edge anyway. not very centralised, am I? Unfortunately, it's the way, because I've had to prop my back, so I'm filming at an awkward angle, and that's why it's not very centralised. So that, if I turn that like that, it's not going to be a square, which means it's not going to be equal actual triangles, but that doesn't matter. But it would be cool to have 4 matching triangles. So that's what we're going to aim for. So I cut that in half. Really badly. See, not very good at this, am I? Closer. And then I'm going to go triangle, corner to corner, and cut across. Hopefully I'll be able to do it without messing it up this time. Corner to corner. There we go. So we've now got our 4 corners. Oh, I might need a wider. I think that is the widest. Oh, hang on. What if I do it? I don't need a wider one. I just need to turn these round this way. Yeah. That gives us a diamond shape in the middle. So I think these are 2. Yeah. Like that. Move them out of the way a minute. Well, now they're going on the corner. So I'll put that there. That will go there. And then want that one on the opposite side, like so. So that'll go over there. Yep, yep, yep. I definitely want to bring some of this blue in. So I'll put that like that. Oh, yeah. And then I just need a bit green there. So I want it that green. But either way, it's going to... So that's the problem. They're not... Because this is a one that fades into another colour. It's fine. We'll just do it. We'll just do it. And then cut that into a square. And then a tiny... no. If I cut that into a square. And then a blue square in the middle. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So How do I make this a square? It's nowhere near square. We know that edge is sort of straight, so I'll fold that down to meet that edge. I'm trying to do it without any tools because I don't want to move, because like I said, I am in a little bit of pain tonight. Well, that ain't square, is it? Yeah, that looks more square now. Oh, obviously rectangular, but these lines look more in line with the other ones. Okay. So the person that I said used to do, she's unwell. She's not been able to do her craft work for a while, but she commented on my channel because I say, oh, can't cut straight lines to save my life. And she said, a pencil and scissors would help. I use the pencil and scissors. The problem is I can't follow the line that I've used with the pencil and scissors, not pencil and scissors, pencil and ruler. I can't follow the line with the pencil and ruler with the scissors. That way? Yeah. I mean, it's all messed up at the moment. That was not the plan. And then I'm wondering, yeah, are any of them edges straight? I think that one is. Ooh. I think that one is. Yeah, that looks about right. So so I'm not using a pencil and a ruler. Sorry. Yeah. So let me. It's all gone script, but I've got the idea, so I know now what I'm doing, and I think that's going to look really cool. So let's. I might even put little tiny blue triangles on the corner, but let's see. Right. Now, it was the dark green ones first, I believe. Dark green ones. No, that's not the right angle. That is. This one needs to come much further over. And then they go on the top, right? And then they go on the top. Just make sure it's fitting before I glue them down. I want to make sure the white is covered. Oh, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong triangle. That should be the right one. Yeah, so that needs to come down a bit more. There we go. Yeah. That is what we're aiming for. I need to go up a bit. Make sure it's over the edge. Yeah. Cool. Glue, 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 glue. Try to stick it to the desk again like I did earlier. But hey ho. Now I'm slightly worried that I've put that too far over now. I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh, no, not you. Oh, I need to come over a bit more than that. That's not the right way. Where's the right one? Uh-oh. What's there? Aha. There it is. And then I had... Am I doing this right? I should have taken a photo. And then I'm having that one go across there, yeah? Yes. And then that. Ooh. Uh-oh. And that on there. Yep. That looks about right. Yep. That's the way. That's the way. I like it. I haven't slept much and I'm in pain. So I'm going to start doing silly things. I think you're getting to see me in the raw. Don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But it is what it is. It's who I am. Me in the raw. Oh. Uh-oh. Do I need to move it over a bit? Oh, I need to bring that down a bit. Uh-oh. Damn it. There we go. That should be fine now. There we go. Right. So that one then would go across there, like so. And then that triangle goes... You can come up. That triangle goes in there. Yeah. Oh, I'm molting. I'm molting. Where did I just put that? There it is. Oh. Oh, I think that needs to come down a bit. Do. That can move down a little bit. Like so. That's better. Oh, why is that triangle gone on crooked? Come on. There we go. I have to put a little bit of glue underneath there where I peeled it away. A little bit underneath that triangle corner. There we go. Now, I've got a feeling this is now not going to work there. No, it's not. I do have this big bit. Could I just put some random shape on there? I might need to put another stripe in there, unfortunately. Or no, that's too close to that colour. Way too close to that colour. I know that was designed for something else, but that would work, wouldn't it? If I overlap that there, have I got another one I can cut out in the same sort of colour? Maybe. No, let me just see if I fold it in half. No, that there. Would that then solve the issue? I think it would. Ha ha. Hope it will, because I'm cutting it now. Yep. I'm going to move them up ever so slightly, so they're more noticeable. Like that. Yes. Right, glue. Ooh. No, don't roll off. Just want it up like that a little bit. I'm not going to force that or push that all the way down, just in case I put it in the wrong place. I think that's about right. I don't want to put it in the wrong place and then have to resolve a problem that I already was trying to resolve, and that's why I'm doing this. Yeah, that's perfect. Uh-oh. Do I like that? I think I do. And then that one in the middle, or shall I go diamond again? I think I'll go diamond again. And I think that'll actually be fine. I think I'll quite like that, yeah. Diamond again. Glue, 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 glue. So, yes. All I've got to do is stick this down now. Curl off the edges. It's probably stuck to the desk. Yes, it is. Not too bad though. Do you know what? I'm really digging this. See what it looks like with all the... Oh, you know what I've just done though? I've glued it to the wrong side. So I'm going to have to cover this bit with some paper. Oops. It was supposed to cover over the Tesco bit. That's fine. I'll just re-glue some paper over that. Not a problem. That looks pretty awesome. I'm really happy with that. So these are the ones I've made today. Well, actually, I made them all today. I made that one today as well. But there you go. So that is quilting with paper, the letter Q. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. Get a day off and I'll see you Monday.